am Kori with Kori and Jared Photography, and I am super excited to be hanging out today with Holly. Holly and I are sweet friends. We met a couple of years ago and kind of through mutual friends, and then also for our love and passion for foster care and foster adoption. So it's been kind of a sweet friendship as we have grown in our friendship over the last few years, and then we've gotten to work together on some fun wedding stuff too. There is this bug literally in my face, and we said we weren't going to stop, so we're not going to stop. We're going to keep on going. I guess the cool thing would have been to keep rolling, but you know, that's not how we roll. So anyway. True. But I am super excited for her to share with you a little bit about what she does and why she does it. And I have kind of almost already been in tears as we are talking about just why it is that she does. So we are going to get into it. So tell me a little bit, Holly, about what you do and why you do it.
I'm Holly, and I wasn't always an artist, but now I am trying to convince myself I am an artist. I wasn't an artist until about 4 years ago when I was a new mom and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was literally dying inside of taking care of newborns, and I decided to teach myself calligraphy. So now I'm a calligrapher, and I specialize in wedding invitations, fine art wedding invitations, and I also teach classes at a local studio here in Modesto and also online.
That's pretty awesome. I have loved some fun work that you've done for us personally as our family, but then also like all of your menus and invitations and all of the details.
So fun.
Every time I see Holly's work at a wedding, I get super excited. So okay, so you've been doing it for a little while. Tell me, I love your heart to slow people down. Kind of just tell me a little bit about how calligraphy does that.
Yeah. So with calligraphy, it's very different than normal writing, and so you have to slow down because of the tools. It's a dip pen method, so you actually dip your pen in ink a lot like the founding fathers of the Constitution. So it's not modern by any means, but they call it modern calligraphy. And it just makes you slow down. You notice the details of life more, and that's why I got into it, because I needed some encouragement in my life. I saw this beautiful quote, and I thought, oh, if I could do that on a chalkboard, and that would really encourage me in this season. And so I just decided to start learning, which was very difficult at first, but it slows you down in a way where you notice details that you wouldn't otherwise.
That's awesome. I love it. And so you invite people to come out and kind of slow down with you in your studio.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really fun. The main comment I get is at the end of the night is that it's so therapeutic. Because when you are not with your phone for 2 hours, and when you don't have the laundry running in the background, and when you don't have all the demands of life, it's really amazing what creating with your hands can do for your soul and for your mental space. It's just really, really wonderful.
That's awesome. I love that you have a passion for slowing people down. As we were talking a little bit earlier, one of the things that I loved, maybe talk about everyone being an artist, but I'm calligraphy. I'm a calligraphy challenge, which clearly means I need to hang out and spend some time with Holly. But
it takes time. It does take time. It took me about a year to feel like I was getting really good at it.
Yeah. But I love like that same thought, like with scrapbooking. Scrapbooking is what got me into photography, like being able to work with your hands and work with an art form, and again, just slow down a little bit. So I get it. Yeah. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Aw, I love it. So maybe tell me a little bit about like why you started even on your own journey for calligraphy.
So the same year that I decided to teach myself, we also decided to become foster parents. And we saw the great need in our county, and so we decided to take in some kids. And so our very first placement was a sweet little boy, and we had him for 10 months. And during those 10 months, we were all in with reunification. We understood the price that meant. But once you get in it and that little boy calls you mama, and all of the things that are with fostering, you have these emotions you have no idea how to process. You know, I was raised in a Christian home with loving parents, and when you're exposed to all that basically what I had was not normal, that there are so many kids that don't have loving parents, there's just emotions that come up like anger. I'm going to be honest, anger and frustration and hurt and like, God, why? And so calligraphy, I say, really saved me. At the kitchen table in the middle of the night when all the kids were down, my husband went to sleep, no one was demanding anything of me anymore, I was able to process all my emotions with just scratching it out on paper with ink. And so if I didn't have those moments where I could really dig into those deep emotions, I don't know what I would have done with them all. I think a lot of times we just decide to blow past them and just continue on. And with calligraphy, it made me slow down, it made me think, it made me realize, oh, this is what I'm experiencing. And it really was a therapeutic moment of art and communion with the Lord in a different way that I had never experienced. And so when he left, after the end of 10 months, I went into this deep despair and grief. And if you've never walked through grief, it's just a cloud that won't let go. And so to be able to continue to process and to continue to pour out all those thoughts and all those emotions and give everything to the Lord through writing it out, it really helped me so much combat all those thoughts.
I love that you had an outlet for that. And what I love hearing, like, I feel like I hear you say, like, it was a process, and it wasn't like one night you sat down at the kitchen table and it all went away. Like, it wasn't that you wrote down a verse or an encouragement and everything was better the next day. Like, it was a process that you were in and surrendered and continued to walk through, and it wasn't easy, but yet calligraphy gave you the tools to do it. And I love that you are now sharing that same experience that has made a difference in your own, in the quietness. I think sometimes when we are in business or on social media, like, you see all of everything that you see what we do, right? But sometimes we forget to tune into the heart of why we do it. And I love so much that about you and what you are doing, and that you have a heart to share that with other people. So, I love you're talking a little bit about slowing down and about how when you unplug from that phone for those 2 hours, you're kind of able to tune into some things. Like, so, how is there a story that you could share with us? Have you, like, tell me about what people feel like when they walk into your studio.
Maybe
walk out of your studio.
I don't know what they feel when they come in. They do say it's pretty, but
it is very pretty.
But I think that's the thing, and I always know that the smile on your face doesn't always show the condition of your heart, and so I know people come in with a lot of emotion. Who knows what happened that day? I know someone almost got in a car accident one time when they came to the class, and so life is hard.
Life is hard.
No one escapes the trials of life, and so my goal is when people come in is to make it easy so that they're able to enter into the magic of it all. I know what it was like because I started out not being good at it. So my goal is to make it super easy and super accessible. And also it's your own handwriting. So I try to make it very, there's not one rule. Everyone passes, everyone, gets an A.
Those of us who are perfectionists, I really struggle with that, but it's all good.
I say leave the perfectionist at the door and you can take her home after the class. But yeah, really, it's that, wow, this is really relaxing. This is really therapeutic. Once you get past, like, the people you don't know and you're, like, nervous that you're not as good as she is, it really is relaxing. Even last night I was addressing envelopes and I was just like, thank you, Lord. This is so amazing that I get to do this at night when everyone is in bed, because it is still so therapeutic for me.
Did I see that little laser tool? Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
It was pretty cool. I saw it.
Yeah, I show you all the tips and tricks.
I love it. You just shared that everyone was created to create, and I feel like you have just encouraged so many people in that way. So you have workshops both in person and online. Where can we find out more information about it?
Yeah, HollyAnnaCalligraphy.com. That's where you can find everything. I have online courses, but then I also have some freebies. So if you want to just start like I did with an alphabet and even a crayon you have at home, you can totally do that. I try to make it so easy so that you can, and then also follow me on Instagram because I always have tips and tricks and I'm always showing you behind the scenes on my projects.
All sorts of fun stuff. We are also going to host a giveaway on our Instagram at Kori and Jared. So we will have all of the complete details for you to take a peek. But thank you so much for hanging out with us and sharing your story. I love not just what you do and all of the beautiful work that you do, but why you do it. So thanks for hanging out, friend.
Yeah.